the church. Gonna have to do some sidewalk. Well, we got the sidewalks all graded out and filled in up to the forms, and now we gotta deal with the curb that got added on yesterday. So the equipment's showing up today to be able to do it. We got a saw cut a curb, and that's gonna be fun. So and head on up there and get it done. You see some real pretty stuff when you're up before the sun comes up. As they say, red sky in the morning, sailor take warning. That looks pretty dang red to me. Pretty though. Wish I could take a really good picture of it, but that ain't gonna happen. You know how it is, you take a picture of something and it just doesn't quite come out the way you saw it. At least that's the way it always works for me. Okay, this is day 2 dealing with sidewalks, or at least full day 2. Got the skip loader here still. And I'll still go over this at some point in time, but probably when we get back up on the other project with it. Now we got a brand new Mini sitting here. See if it's better than the last one. So what we did the last few days, day before yesterday, is we had to bring the rock up in the forms for the sidewalk. We had to do that there. There's one down over there, and we had to do that one there, and then we had to dig this down here out just a little bit. So our mission today, should we choose to accept it, is that we need to come over here where the entrance is at, and we're gonna need to cut the curb there and up over there, and the whole entrance is gonna get moved over a little bit. So I gotta come in here with the Mini and dig that up there down, see if we can find the base of that curb. And we dug down over there looking for it and couldn't find it. We're gonna dig down and see if we can't find the base of the curb. Then we gotta cut the curb, and then pull the curb out of there, and so that the concrete guy can put in a new curb and put in the sloped ramp down to street level. And I gotta dig this from here all the way up to there, about the same level, and slope it as a ramp, and then use what's left of this rock here to somebody's in a hurry to get to the hospital. Bring what's left of this rock over here and dump it in the hole to bring it up, and then probably have to dump some up over there to bring it back up to grade. Anywho, so that's our plan for the day. And then when we're done with that, we got to take the skip loader here and load that pile of dirt there up and bring it over here and kind of blend this, groom this, and then we got to slope off over there by the building. So as soon as Nick gets here, we'll go over that and get her going, get her done. And then we'll be back out of here for a few days while we go finish up the subdivision. And hopefully in that time, the concrete guy actually gets the sidewalks and everything done, so that when we get back, we can get right on to getting this sucker graveled and graded out. So, because I'm ready to be done and paid for this one. It's taken far too long. This here came out pretty good. It's still, I think what's going on, I think the bank's moving out right there, because every time I slope that off and get it to where it's on the same plane as everything else, after a rain, it starts to bulge back out right there. And then it gets a little bit lower up here. I've been watching it the last couple of times, because when I sloped it with the excavator, I knew I didn't slope bad. And there's a bulge, but there's a bulge back in it right there again. And I think what's going to happen is that this is just going to slowly work its way out, because it's a sandy loam material with no support on it anymore. That's what I'm thinking. I'll give her a college try again with the skip loader and cut that back out of there and cut it back to where it's the same. So you can see here, it goes in a straight line. And when we came down it with the cat, we had it cut in a straight line, but it goes in a straight line to right about there, and then it goes out, bulges, and goes back in. And this up here has been slowly starting to go down. So I think it's moving. Oh well. Anyway, wait for Nick to get here and get going on this. I have to run down into town here in a little bit and get some fuel in the slip tank because about ran it dry, and go from there. So I found the bottom of the curb. I'm gonna dig out to my marks there, which is where the expansion joint is. I already kind of pulled on it at that expansion joint and it did move. So kind of what we're hoping here is that if I can pull it at the expansion joint and just kind of roll it down into a hole, then we're not going to have to worry about it cutting it that much, because nobody really is too terribly much looking forward to that, running that saw. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig it out to about right in here somewhere, all the way down, and then pull the curb in, and when we're done there, and then what I'm going to try and do is I'm just going to kind of gingerly pull the curb back and try and get it to fall into the hole without damaging the street too much. But I think we're going to have to do a 2-foot patch on the street. Anyway, that's that. Is come up here, take out that mark, back to, like, say, right here. I already pulled on it a little bit. And you see right here, and it's separated and started to come apart. So it's cracked right there. It's cracked right there. So hopefully those cracks run all the way down. And then we can just take it out of here in those little pieces. But what we're going to do is I'm going to dig down like here, back about, width of the sidewalk. Maybe not quite that much. And then reach up in here, see if we can just get it to go off. And then I'll dig this chunk here back out to there and get it ready to go. And then have to bring that pile of rock over here and bring it back up. I'm hoping it is, because I grabbed a hold of it with the big excavator. The big excavator might just be much. But I don't know. It seemed like when I grabbed it, it might have been my angle too. I might have pulled it down on it a little more, but also because it didn't have any dirt there up to the top of it. Because it wiggled. Yeah, before it did all the way. So your shovel's there. As I get it exposed, just clean it off. That way we can see what we're doing. It's cold. It's cold for whatever reason. I can't run one of these with gloves on.
Just feels raw.
Well, what it is, when you offset the booms on these things, they just get weird. And they never grease them.
They kind of falls down together. They've got a big old, like, it's a big old DA. You can tell they never grease that thing.
It's gonna go. It'll go. That was easy.
That was easy.
Nothing to be timid of. That's for sure. I guess just kind of go down through here with the shovel there, Nick, and just kind of
Figure it out.
clean out the bottom of it a little bit, and
Okay. Do that.
and I'll get over there and kind of dig that back and dig it out to where it needs to be and kind of get it pretty graded and
Sounds good.
start dumping some rock off in it and bring it back up to grade. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Who's our sponsor?
Our sponsor. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Ah.
Good God, what is it? I don't know. We're just gonna have to run it and tell him that it's squealing like a son of a bitch. It's brand new, so it's probably still wearing in to a certain extent. That's fine. I mean, it's just gotta be real. It's gotta be close. We're gonna fill it back up with gravel anyway.
Yeah, so it's right in there.
Oh, tag.
Well, nice. That was
Okay. So you know why we did this?
me. Oh.
This material that we're dealing with is sandy loam.
Yeah.
So sandy loam is not a real good structural material.
Okay.
It gets really soft.
Yeah.
It's really, really soft. So the reason why we dug this out is kind of like we did over there.
Mm-hmm.
Only we didn't go to the extreme that over there that we did over here, and we probably should cut back that way a little bit, because we're going to fill this up with rock to the grade of the back of the sidewalk. So when you're driving in and out of here with big vans and heavy rigs and whatever, you're not pushing the rock down into the sandy material.
I see.
Because this stuff, this sandy loam stuff, that's the reason why we're putting down filter cloth.
Yeah.
Is this stuff will swallow rock.
Oh,
like it's
yeah.
going out of style. Even if you went through and did the 3-inch minus base, and you did like 6 inches of that, and then you put, you know, 3-4 inches of the good 1.25 on top of it. It's like the other lot. If you look at, we graded it. It was flat.
Yeah.
And this in the time with the water and all that,
Yeah.
now it's got the
Like a little
that
hump
stuff's
in
going on. What'll happen is it'll be perfectly flat, but the weight of the cars and stuff going over the top of it, those soft spots will swallow the rock.
it. I see.
And then your parking lot will start to do this stuff, and it ends up you're coming back later. I mean, you could probably throw 2,000-3,000 tons of rock into a spot like this
Oh, wow.
before you finally get it enough rock down in there that the ground won't swallow it up anymore.
I see.
So that's the reason for the filter cloth, for one. That's also the reason why we're digging this out right here for two. And so we'll probably do a slight bit more digging up here, flatten this out a little bit, and then put some rock in it.
Sounds good.
See where we're at with the dump truck, because it was getting its clutch adjusted today. So we'll fill that back in, and then go to sloping some snot. You notice them stairs keep getting bent up more and more the more we move them?
Yes.
Pull that material there, kind of flatten it out a little bit if you can. There you go. something. Right now, by golly. Done for the day. I did not take hardly any video of this afternoon because we were just kind of in get her done mode. Well, we got done today. We got the curb extracted, and I think that was about the last of the video that I took. I can't remember. We got the curb extracted. We dug this over here down to where it's the same as this over here, where it's dug down and it's actually sitting on rock. It's got a couple feet of rock in there that it's sitting on. We got the curb graded out. where the curb was. We got it graded out. We got this sloped all back. Concrete guy saw it, said he liked it. We came over here and we groomed this up as best as we, for right now, because the excavator does the slope work so much better than anything else we would have had. So we came over here. This is all real soft, so I'm not going to step on it. We sloped this all out. We sloped that there down, and we dug that out from underneath there because they're going to do some work on this. And this is still soft. It needs to get some water on it. It's like a sandy loam material. But sloped this out. Got the pipe for the French drain finally covered up, and they're gonna put a little retaining wall in over here apparently. We sloped all the spoils from this little project here. I just threw them over here and sloped it out, and I went down there and drug the Gannon up and down that a couple of times. Got it pretty close to being groovy cool. And so we're going back up to the subdivision for tomorrow, and probably at least Monday, maybe Tuesday next week. And gonna try and get that up there wrapped up, and then concrete guys coming in to do the concrete Monday or Tuesday maybe. And when that's done, he's gonna, the bad part about it is that he said these need a week to cure. Well, that is right smack dab in the middle of my parking lot. So we're gonna have to do some just kind of mess around stuff around these until he's ready to pop the forms off of them. We got the dump truck back. It went to the shop. Had to get the we had to get the clutch adjusted. So tomorrow we're gonna take this thing up to the subdivision. I don't know about this thing just yet, if we're gonna take it up there or if we're gonna leave it behind. Well, I got it. I think I ought to be using it, so I think we might take it. It does come in pretty handy for spreading rock. The crappy part about it is I got a road it up there, so that kind of sucks. I think I might come in here on Saturday and Sunday and do some grading, get this all graded down, get it graded up to where we need it. That way I can tell the boys to come get this anyway, and we don't need it anymore. Like I said, come in over the weekend and do it. So anyway, I'm gonna figure out what I am illegal for gross wise in this thing, because nobody seems to know. And there's a formula that you run per the state that says extreme of axles. Now, the way I take extreme of axles is center line of this axle, center line of that axle, and that's your measurement. That's the way I look at it, because that's where the pressure is at, is down there. It's not out over here. You get the wrong DOT cop, and he'll tell you that you're supposed to measure from the edge of this tire to the edge of that tire. Well, there's several feet of difference there. So I'm gonna measure this out real quick between the front axle there and this axle, and look at the numbers and see just where the heck we're at. Because I think this thing should be able to carry at least 12, maybe 13 ton. And it'd be really nice if it could. So I'm gonna measure it out real quick and we'll see.